Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Saturday. It is 13th of September. It is Ashwini Masa or Padmanabha Masa, Krishna Paksham, Saptami Tithi. So that is one event today. So today is from this kind of perspective, Srila Prabhupada's arrival in America. So this is the anniversary. So we shall read some lines from iskandajit.com. Can I request Saranya Mataji to read some portion of it, please? If Mataji is available. If Saranya Mataji is not available, Sanjita Mataji, would you like to read Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you. Arrival of Prabhupada by Giriraj Swami and Prahlad Das. To commemorate the anniversary of Srila Prabhupada's arrival in America, we shall sing and discuss the second poem that he wrote on the ship Jaladuta when he arrived in Boston Harbor on September 17, 1965. Poem the translation. My dear Lord Krishna, you are so kind upon this useless soul, but I did not know why you have brought me here. Now you can do whatever you like with me. But I guess you have some business here. Otherwise, oh, why would you bring me in such a terrible place? Most of the population here is covered with material modes of ignorance and passion, absorbed in material life. They think themselves very happy and satisfied, and therefore they have no taste for the transcendental message of Vasudeva. Vasudeva. I do not know how they will be able to understand it. But I know your causeless mercy can make everything possible because you are the most expert mystic. How will they understand the mellows of devotional service, O Lord? I am simply praying for your mercy so that I am able to convince them about your message. All living entities have come under the control of the illusory energy by your will, and therefore, if you like, by your will, they can also be released from the clutches of illusion. I wish that you may deliver them. I wish that you may deliver them. Therefore, if you so desire their deliverance, then only they will be able to understand your message. The words of Srimad Bhagavatam are your incarnation, and if a sober person repeatedly receives them with a submissive oral reception, then he will be able to understand your message. It is said in the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2. 17 to 20, verse 17 to 21, Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, Super Soul, is in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee. Cleanses and desire for material enjoyment from the heart of a devotee who realizes his message, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. By regularly hearing the Bhagavatam and rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is practically destroyed. And loving service unto the glorious Lord, who is praised with the transcendental song, is established as an irrecoverable fact. At the time loving service is established in the heart, the modes of passion, rajas and ignorance, tamas, and lust and desire, kama, disappear from the heart. Then the devotee is established in goodness and he becomes happy. Thus, established in the mode of goodness, the man, rejuvenated by loving service of the Lord, gain liberation from material association, mukti, and comes to know scientifically the personality of Godhead. Thus, the knot in the heart of all misgivings are cut to pieces. The chain of fruitive actions, karma, is terminated when one sees the self as master. He will become liberated from the influence of the modes of ignorance and passion, and thus all inauspicious things accumulated in the core of the heart will disappear. How will I make them understand the message of Krishna consciousness? I am very unfortunate, unqualified, and the most fallen. Therefore, I seek your benedictions so that I can convince them, for I am powerless to do so on my own. Somehow or other, O Lord, you have brought me here to speak about you. Now, my Lord, it is up to you to make me a success or failure as you like. O spiritual master of all the world, I can simply repeat your message. So, if you like, you can make my power of speaking suitable for the understanding. Only by your causeless mercy will my words become pure. I am sure that when the transcendental message penetrates their hearts, they will certainly feel engladdened and thus become liberated from all unhappy conditions of life. O Lord, I am just a puppet in your hands. So if you have brought me here to dance, then let me dance. Then make me dance, O Lord, make me dance as you like. I have no devotion, nor do I have any knowledge, but I have strong faith in the holy name of Krishna. I have been designated as Bhakti Vedanta, and now, if you like, you can fulfill the real purport of Bhakti Vedanta. Signed, the most unfortunate, insignificant beggar, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami. On board the ship Jaladuta, Commonwealth Pier, Boston, Massachusetts, USA, dated 18 September 1965. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So today is that most auspicious day. So today everyone celebrates and acknowledge the day it is. Every one of us are being delivered. So here on this auspicious day, Bhakti Gaurvani Goswami presents, I think there is small thing. So it is presents Markini Bhagavata Dharma. Markini Bhagavad Dharma preaching Krishna consciousness in America. Srila Prabhupada's heartfelt prayer to Lord Krishna written upon his arrival at the Boston Harbor. So these are what we have, that 20 original colorful illustrations. Okay, so that is about Prabhupada's mood when he was arriving into the America. Okay, so that is from the event's perspective. So we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Maitreya Muni speaking to Vidura, so where about the demigod prayers, so he has so far described, and then so Lord has heard all of those prayers. इति तासाम् इति तासां स्वशक्तीनां सतीनाम् असमेत्य सह प्रसुप्तलोकतन्त्राणां निशाम्य गतिमीश्वरः. Nishamya, the Lord has heard their prayers. And then today, after hearing those prayers of demigods, what Lord has done, so he is Maitreya Muni mentioning, the Lord has, along with Kalika Devi, he has entered into all these tattvas. There are 23 elements. So here Maitreya Muni is mentioning 23 elements. Okay, so likewise, Maitreya Muni is speaking to Vidura here. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 6, verse number 2. कालसंज्ञं तदा देवीं बिभ्रशक्तिं उरुक्रमः त्रयोविंशतितत्त्वानं गणं युगपद् आविशत् कालसंज्ञं तदा देवीं कालसंज्ञं so kalasanyam is known as kali sanyam is the indication so what with the name kala this is known as kali known as kali kalasanyam tada devim at the same time she is the goddess devim goddess kalika devi kalasanyam tada devim bibrashaktim urukramaha and bibrashaktim it is the destructive I think this bibrat is destructive shaktim is the potency bibrashaktim urukramaha the supreme personal supremely powerful urukramaha Trayavimshati is the 23 Tattvanam of these elements, the 23 elements. So this is 20 elements are the 5 tanmatras, 5 senses, 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karanendriyas, 5 panchabhutas, 5 tanmatras, 20 elements. And then 3 more elements are mind, ahankara, and then mahatattva. So this is whenever it is considered 23 elements, this is ahankara, mahatattva, mind plus tanmatras, panchabhutas, jnanendriyas, karanendriyas. त्रयोविंशति तत्वानाम of these 23 elements ganam yugapad avishat ganam yugapad avishat all of them ganam all of them yugapad simultaneously avishat he has entered so Lord has entered along with Kalika Devi into the 23 elements कालसंज्ञं तदा देवीं बिभ्रशक्तिं गुरुक्रमः त्रयोविंशति तत्त्वानं गणं युगपत् आविशत् Translation The Supreme Powerful Lord then simultaneously entered into the 23 elements with the goddess Kali, his external energy, who alone amalgamates all the different elements. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, it contains a little bit two sections. Can I request two devotees to volunteer? First up to here, first paragraph, and then the stuff. One more devotee.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can you read?
Yes, Mataji, please up to here.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The ingredients of matter are counted as 23. The total material energy, false ego, sound, touch, form, taste, smell, earth, water, fire, air, sky, eye, ear, nose, tongue, skin, hand, leg, evacuating organ, genitals, speech, and mind. All are combined together by the influence of time and are again dissolved in the course of time. Time, therefore, is the energy of the Lord and acts in her own way by the direction of the Lord. This energy is called Kali and is represented by the dark, destructive goddess generally worshipped by persons influenced by the mode of darkness or ignorance in material existence. In the Vedic hymns, this process is described as a Mula Prakriti, a way where Maha, Mahajaya Prakriti Vikrutir Supata Sodasaksa Tu Vikaro Na Prakriti Na Prakriti Purushaha. The energy which acts as material nature in combination of 23 ingredients is not the final source of creation. The Lord enters into the elements and applies his energy called Kali. In all other Vedic scripture, the same principle is accepted in Brahma Samhita 5.35. It is stated. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Can I request other devotee take a pen? Jayavait Mataji, would you like to read up to here, Mataji?
I'll try, Prabhuji. एकोऽप्य असौ रचयितुं जगदन्धकोटिं यच्चक्तिरस्ति जगदन्धच्छाया यदन्तः अनन्तरस्था परमाणुचयन्तरस्थं गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तम् अहं भजामि. I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, who is the original personality of Godhead. By his partial plenary expansion, Mahavishnu, he enters into material nature and then into each and every universe as Garbhodakshai Vishnu and then as Shirodakshai Vishnu into all the elements, including every atom of matter. Such manifestations of cosmic creation are innumerable both in the universes and in the individual atoms.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Okay, can I request Hangma Mataji to read the next from the rest of it, rest of the purpose, please?
Hare Krishna. Similarly, this is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse 42. Athava bahunetana kim jnaneta tavarjuna vishtabhyaham idam krishnam ekam sena sthito jagata. O Arjuna, there is no necessity of your knowing about my innumerable energies which act in various ways. I enter into the material creation by my partial plenary expansion, Paramatma or the Supersoul, in all the universes and in all the elements thereof, and thus work of creation goes on. The wonderful activities of material nature are due to Lord Krishna, and thus he is the final cause or the ultimate cause of all causes. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here, Prabhupada is describing the 23 elements. So here the demigods are there. Demigods are manifested from the mode of goodness, that mind and all the demigods. They have prayed. After hearing those prayers, Lord, along with his energy, this is Kali. Kali is the Kala Shakti. This is the Kala Sanyam Tada Devim. So let me just share one also that we see that Goloka Vrindavana, Goloka chart. There, the Lord glances on on Lakshmi Devi, and then after that, the shadow energy Durga Devi is and Lord enters into each and everyone's with his mm, that Kala Shakti. So let us share. Let me share that. So this one, it is also described very clearly in the Brahma Samhita, how Lord is associating with the material world. But he is not direct in contact with the material energy, but with his Kala Shakti. So here, Mahavishnu, by glancing on Mahalakshmi directly, he associated with Ramayatma Sikcha. So he is always with Rama only, keeping uh, internal potency of his internal potency of the Lord. But the glance after that shadow energy is Durga Devi. Durga Devi is the shadow. So that is called Kala Sanyam. Kala Sanyam Tada Devi. So here the ingredients of the matter when are counted 23. These are total material energy, that is, and then false ego, this is one element, and material energy, false ego, and the mind. And from the sound to up to here, speech, these are all 20 elements. 5 tanmatras, 5 panchabhutas, 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karnendriyas. Okay, the 23 elements. So these are all combined together. These are now ingredients are ready. Now we need to prepare, amalgamate them so that creation takes place. All are combined together by the influence of the time and are again dissolved in the course of time. Time therefore is the energy of the Lord and acts in her own way by the direction of the Lord. So the time is also whenever Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, so one shloka in the whenever Lord has expanded his form, universal form, at the time Lord Arjuna has seen that gigantic universal form and then asking, my dear Lord, who are you? So you are appearing in front of me, so, like this. Then Lord says, कालोऽस्मि लोकक्षयकृत् प्रवृद्धो लोकान् समाहर्तुमिह प्रवृत्तः ऋतेऽपि त्वं न भविष्यामि सर्वे ये अवस्थिताः प्रत्यनीकेषु योधाः. Kalosmi, I am the time. So Lord says, Kalosmi, I am the time. Lokakshakrut pravruddho. And then I will destroy this world. And also I will pravruddha. And also I create. And I destroy and I create. Lokan samahattum iha pravruttaha. And here, whoever is assembled here, iha pravruttaha, in this Kurukshetra battle, Lokan samahattum, I will, everyone or whoever is assembled, everyone will be destroyed. Everyone will be destroyed. Except Rute Pitpam na bhavishyami sarve, except you Pandavas, no one will remain here. Because why? Only Pandavas? Pandavas are the devotees of the Lord. And then the Lord is there, devotees are there. They are eternal. How it is eternal? Even though they leave this body, they will always associate with the Lord and the devotional activities. So they do not get separated. These are eternal devotees and the Lord. ऋतेऽपि त्वं न भविष्यामि सर्वे ये अवस्थिताः प्रत्यनीकेषु योधाः. ये अवस्थिताः प्रत्यनीकेषु योधाः. All the soldiers, योधाः, everyone will be killed. So this is the Lord's statement. So here, when we see, therefore, that energy of the Lord, and also in one of the Bhagavatam statements, so anantu antaha kalaha, so anantu antaha kalaha. So what is so? I think it's a beautiful statement. Anadi adikrut avyayah. Janam janena janayan maryan mrityunantakam. So the Lord's energy, it will make the people to create by themselves, and in due course of time, it will also be devastated, and even the Lord of death also will be annihilated by the time factor. So this is the Ananta. So it is unlimited. So the energy is called Kali and is represented by the dark district goddess, generally worshipped by the persons influenced by the mode of darkness or ignorance in the material existence. So for the people in the mode of ignorance, they worship Kali not every day. They worship once in a month, like Amavasya day, like that, but not every day. But devotees, they worship the Lord every day, in the morning and also in the evening. These devotees activities. Here, why they do not pray to every day? Because it is mode of ignorance. People in the mode of so they will be offering some kind of animal sacrifices to the goddess Kali as well. And once in a month, that is a restrictive thing. And in the Vedic hymn, this process is described as Mula Prakriti Avikritihi Mahada महदाज्यः प्रकृतिविकृतयः सप्तषोडशका सप्तषोडशकास्तु Vikaro na prakritihi na vikritihi purushaha. So the energy which acts as material nature in a combination of 23 ingredients is not the final source of creation. So Lord enters into the elements and applies his energy called Kali. In the Brahma Samhita it is described सृष्टि स्थिति प्रलय साधन शक्तिरेका छायव यस्य भुवनानि बिभट्टि दुर्गा इच्छानुरूपम् अपि यस्य च चेष्टते सा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. So Durga is सृष्टि स्थिति प्रलय साधन शक्तिरेका छायव यस्य भुवनानि बिभट्टि Durga. So she is called Durga, Bhunani, Bhibhati Durga. So she creates, she maintains, she also destroys. Ichanurupam api yasya cha cheshtate sa. Ichanurupam api yasya cha cheshtate sa. All these activities by the will of the Lord, Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajam. I worship that personality of Godhead, who is source of everything. Mayadhyakchena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam. Hetunaneni kaunte jagad viparivartate. So the Lord says, this Prakriti is running under my direction. Either Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, Sadhana. Everything under my direction. So here the Lord enters into elements and applies his energy called Kali. Again, in all other Vedic scriptures, same as principle, the same principle is accepted. And in the Brahma Samhita, एकोप्यसौ रचितुं जगदण्डकोटिं यच्चक्तिविरस्ति जगदण्डचया यदन्तः अण्डान्तरस्थं परमाणुचयान्तरस्थं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Ekopi, Asau, Ekopi, even though he is one, Drachitam Jagadandakotim, and then he manifests so many of these universes, Jagadandakotim, so many universes. And then Yachakti Rasti Jagadandachaya Yadanta, Jagadandachaya Yadantaha. And then he injects his potency into all these planetary systems and all these Jagadandakotim, Brahmanda, so many Brahmandas. And then Andantarastam Paramanu Chayantarastam, not only he enters and also he enters into Andantarastam. He enters into the universe and also Paramanu Chayantara, Paramanucha, and also a very small atom also he enters into that atom. Otherwise, how can the small, if when we are seeing whenever sunlight is falling through the window, small particles are floating in the air. So that one is calculated like the Paramanu is the very tiniest element, and then two Paramanus are called one anu, and three anus are called Trasarenu. And when it is Trasarenu, then whenever it is floating in the air, then we can see it with our eyes. When this exactly the statement mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, when the sunlight is going through the window and within that one we could see with our eyes that small particles are floating. These are all called Trasarenus. So once that Trasarenu is divided into six portions, that is called Paraman. So that is a statement. So Lord enters in, that's why they are floating in the air also. Andantarastam Paramanu Jayantarastam Govindamadi Purusham Tamham Bhajami. Otherwise, if Lord is not there, how can they will be floating in the air without any? There are so many stones are there, but stones are standing just wherever it is standing there. But why only Paramanus are floating? That one has to think. So here, Andantarastam Paramanu Chayantarastam, the Lord enters into each and every Paramanu. So here, this is Lord enters into by his partial plenary expansion, Mahavishnu enters into the material nature and then into each and every universe as Garbhodak Sai Vishnu and Kshirodak Sai Vishnu into all elements, including every atom of matter. Such manifestations of cosmic creation are innumerable both in these universes and in the individual atoms. So likewise, these atoms are floating in the air. Similarly, so many universes are floating in the space. Prabhupada says that one. All are by the Lord's energy. So some people they call it is a gravitational power of the earth. Because of that, even though we just jump and then we are just pulled back by the energy of this earth gravitational force. But if you are just goes out of the gravitational force of earth, we would not be attracted to the earth. We will be attracted by something else. So this is mentioned like the energy of Sankarsana. And later on, Prabhupada is also quoting from the Bhagavad Gita, अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टभ्याहम idam krishnam ekamshena sthito jagat. By only one amsha of Krishna, everything will be created, maintained, and destroyed. Krishna says, whenever Arjuna is very enthusiastic to hear from Krishna. How, oh Krishna, how you enter into each and everything? Can you please describe all those things? Krishna says, I am Lord, I am Vishnu, Aham Adirhi Devanam, and also Adityanam, Aham Vishnu, Rudranam, Shankarashasmi, Prajapatinam, Aham Brahma. Likewise, out of demigods I am Indra, out of birds I am the Garud, that eagle bird, something like that, mentioning so many things. And then what to speak of all these things, oh Arjuna, just by one my single expansion, I create and maintain and destroy. That one you do not understand. So likewise, he says that one. There is no necessity of your knowing about my innumerable energies, which act in various ways. I enter into the material creation by my partial plenary expansion, Paramatma, in all universes and in all elements thereof, and thus the work of creation it goes on. So these wonderful activities of material nature are due to Lord Krishna, and thus he is the final cause or the ultimate cause of all causes. ईश्वरः परमः कृष्णः सच्चिदानन्दविग्रहः अनादिरादिर्गोविन्दः सर्वकारणकारणं cause of all causes. Okay, likewise here, now after hearing the prayers of demigods, the Lord has entered into this all the tattvas. This is Triyovimshati Tattvanam, along with his Kali, his external energy. And then who alone amalgamates all the different elements. Okay, likewise, Maitreya Muni speaking to Vidura. Kalasanyam tada devim bibhratsekti murukramaha trayovimshiti tattvanam dhanam yugapad avishet. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, we shall move to our next Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today letter to Jayapataka, number 15th, 1970, Bombay. Can I request Sanchita Mataji to read this letter, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. My dear Jayapataka Maharaj, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated October 29, 1970, and I have noted the contents carefully. I beg to thank you for your complete report of the situation in Calcutta, and I am replying the points one by one. Here in Bombay, we are getting good response to our membership program, and I am sure in Calcutta you can also get good response. Now the holiday is done, so you can begin work on this immediately. This membership program cannot be neglected. Do not rely on anyone else for such matters, but go out and do your own work. I can judge from your letter that Mr. Jaju is not very much interested, and others have brought in many different points of contention. So stop all controversial points. Uh, for Try first of all for the Hamilton House. Jajaria is going to help in this connection. Hamilton House can be transacted with the help of Jajaria, and when there is solid proposal, we shall immediately finish the transaction. Regarding Jajaria, whenever he talks such nonsense as you have noted, do not accept it. When he speaks such foolish words, just ask him to refer to Prabhupada and you set it aside. Work cooperatively with him on transacting the Hamilton House, that's all. Regarding uh, Dhandharia's fear or someone else's incurring great expense from the devotees stay at their place because he is afraid there is no question of joining his Sankirtana party because they are unable to maintain our men. So, in this connection of our large expense, I have asked them to live independently without depending on any riyas. So far as the place of Mathura is concerned, yes, without its being the permanent, we are not going to accept it. I am very much obliged to your feeling as my humble servant, and that will help your advancement in Krishna consciousness. If Dhandharya is speaking as you describe, better be silent and stop these dealings rather than creates some further enmity. I have already applied to the Magh Mela committee and have received a letter of acceptance from them written by Dr. N.R. Sengupta to help us. Tandaria has invited you to Gorakhpur and I have already asked you to go to Gorakhpur because we want to organize a center there. If you go with Dhandaria and he meets the expenses, that is nice. And meet Kirtanananda Maharaj and Ramananda there, and then I shall also go there. Regarding your collecting is concerned, persons who donate should not receive membership for such donation. Membership is different. 50% should each go to the temple fund and to my book fund. For the 50% put into my book fund, yes, they may receive credit for our book program. Why not? As far as typist is concerned, he is a family man. He should not be asked to relinquish family immediately. Let him come and go and learn our philosophy. I have replied the matter of Brahminical initiation through thoroughly to Achyutananda Maharaj. So you may refer to his letter on the subject. I have sent that letter to him at the Vrajadulal Street address, so I do not know if it has reached him. Anyway, I am enclosing a duplicate copy herewith. Please give to Achyutananda Maharaj about the matter of being accepted into the Vaikuntanath temple or other temples. If we follow the restrictive regulations and always remain neat and clean, very soon everything obscure will become clear. It is no use to learn Hindi or other languages. Just try to speak to just try to learn to speak our Krishna conscious language very nicely. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any reflections, Mataji, from this letter?
Yeah, Prabhu, lines like today's Prabhupada's arrival at Boston and how the movement started, and this letter is Prabhupada. How, like, when we read the thing from Giriraj Maharaj about what Prabhupada had written, like, why have you sent me here? I am not so knowledgeable. What can I do? But make me dance. So then Krishna helped him, like, for the whole ISKCON movement to flourish in 2-3 years in America. And then he made arrangements in October to come for all these white body devotees. Some who have already taken sannyas, and they have been invited to come to India. And in India, they went for the whole Sankirtan movement. And now Prabhupada is saying the holiday is over now, so you have to get back to work, because after the success in the West, he wanted the movement to be established in the East, because initially he started in the East on his own and it did not succeed. So now, and Indians somehow they are influenced, like when the West does it, they get influenced that is good. So now we should also do it. So he wanted his Western devotees to take big roles and get going with it. So from this letter, we see Jayapataka Maharaj, he had asked so many questions, the problems he's facing, and Prabhupada replying one by one to the points, like regarding, like he said, Bombay. So now that the Indians are interested, Prabhupada, for fund collection, he wants people maybe who are not devotees, but these wealthy businessmen to join as members, life members. So when they join as life members, they give a lump sum money, Lakshmi, and then with that, the movement in India for the temple um, creation and all, it would help as a big source of fund, because in the West, most of the buildings were there and they are used as temples, but in India we have proper temples. It's not like some church is converted or some building like that. It's like a proper temple, and they needed a lot of funds. So from the very beginning, Prabhupada's strategy in India was completely different. He started the membership program. So he said the membership program in Bombay is going very well, and I'm sure that Calcutta and also there they will have people will accept that. So in that regard, I think many people, he had named many people like Mr. Jaju, Jajaria, and also they so some are interested, some are not. So Prabhupada, but still he's stressing on the fact that membership program cannot be neglected. I mean, and for these matters, do not give it to anybody. You better go, because he knew, Prabhupada knew Jayapataka Maharaj was very responsible, that you go and do the work on your own to get the members. If some are not are not interested, then please then stop. Or if they're saying controversial things, then don't get into all that. The first important thing he was saying was like Mr. Jhajaria, who could have helped in the connection, he must have like connections to get this Hamilton house sorted, because he said if we get that house, then it will be a good location for us to start. So I mean, if he's talking nonsense, then don't accept it. But like he said, foolish people, they say so many things, but keep that aside and work cooperatively with him for transacting for the Hamilton house. And he said, like Mr. Dhandharia, he was like, he had the fear that so many devotees have come and they would stay at his house with, and that would cause a great expense. So he said, you don't fear, because there's no point of like him joining the Sankirtan movement, because if they are unable to maintain the Krishna, ISKCON people, then it's okay. I mean, you don't have to beg them. You can don't depend of any Jhajaria or Dhandharia or anybody. Just live independently, and Krishna will make arrangements. So, and regarding Mathura, he mentioned that only if there is some permanent solution, then only accept it. And Prabhupada appreciates how Jayapataka Maharaj, he has given his heart and soul to the movement. He said, I want to serve you as a humble servant. And he said, Prabhupada said, that will help you advance in Krishna consciousness. And he said, so be composed and do not create any enmity with, because, as Western body, Indian people are very complex and complicated, especially the businessmen. So dealing with them, Jayapataka Maharaj is having some trouble because they play around a bit. So he is addressing Prabhupada with his problem, and he said, and Prabhupada is giving solution how you can, manage those situations. So, and then in Calcutta they have Magh Mela, or in other parts like Prayag also they have Magh Mela. So Prabhupada has written about that, if like they get a chance to have a tent or something, and then they can spread the Krishna consciousness through the ISKCON movement. And also he said that Dhandharia was invited to the Gorakhpur. Gorakhpur, we have the press, the Gita press, and it's a very important place. And Prabhupada, he like these people from the Gita press, they helped him a lot when Prabhupada was going with so many things like getting him Bhagavatam printed and all. So he had very good relation with these people. So he said Gorakhpur is an important place, so make sure that if you have Gorakhpur, then we can have a center there that will help from Prayag, like near those areas in UP, that would help to spread the movement. And he said, meet Kirtananand Maharaj and Ramananda, they shall be there, and he, Prabhupada, will also join them there. And he also mentioned an important point that, just because somebody is trying to be a member does not mean that somebody is donating does not mean they are, it's the membership. Anybody donating and the life membership, they are different things. So only life members, they get some kind of like perks, like if the of the membership thing, 50% should go to the temple fund, and 50%, as I mentioned before, that for the temple Prabhupada was collecting fund, and 50% for the book printing of the books. So if only the members who donate, for the life members, that they get some kind of credit, like for the book program, some discounts, and also not that any donation, if they're not becoming life member, then that donation is not counted as life member. So he's making each and every point clear, because Jayapataka Maharaj is facing these issues, and then Prabhupada is clarifying all those doubts. um, and if he has some confusion, that also Srila Prabhupada is like clarifying so nicely, because he said the typist who has come to like print the type the books, he said he has got a family life, so let him, he does not need to renunciate his family life and join the temple movement immediately. So don't force him, let him come and go and learn our philosophy, that's enough. If he's typing, that's his job, and let him continue as a family man. And then yesterday, Mataji read the letter, Saranya Mataji, about the Brahminical initiation, which was addressed to Achyutananda Maharaj. So he said, you can refer, I have written in detail, so you can refer to that letter regarding that. And if it's not he's not sure whether it's delivered to him. If not, then he has enclosed a duplicate copy so that he can give to Achyutananda Maharaj. I think he must be from, I'm just guessing, he might be from the Gaudiya movement. So he wanted that him to get the letter, because they had raised these problems, like why are you giving Brahminical initiation to the Western bodies who are not brought as Brahmin family, but the Gaudiya mission, so they were creating problems. So he was clarifying, he had clarified very thoroughly, and he wanted that letter to be delivered. So he's telling Jayapataka Maharaj personally that go and deliver that letter, duplicate copy, if I don't know whether he has received or not. And then Jayapataka Maharaj wanted to go visit some temple, but temples, they have some rules and regulations. So said if you follow the restrictive regulative principles and all, then all the everything will be clear, and you would be able to enter the Vaikuntanath temple or any other temple, whatever rules and regulations you have, you follow, and then they will let you enter. Maybe he's clear saying something about that. And last one is very sweet, like he said, you don't need to learn in Hindi or any other language, just try to speak the Krishna conscious language very nicely. But we know that how Jayapataka Maharaj, he said he want to be his humble servant, and he learned Bengali. He has been serving in Mayapur since then, and he has written this beautiful song, Jodi Prabhupada na hoito tabe ki hoito. So, like he put effort to learn the language, and then to be close to the Bengalis in Mayapur and serve the movement more passionately. So we see like all the Vaishnavas, Bengali Vaishnavas, they are very close to Jayapataka Maharaj, and they look after and care for him so much. So yeah. That's all. So that these are all the main points which and Jayapataka Maharaj is asking, and Prabhupada in a big letter he clarifies all his doubts, and yeah, helps him. And we see, and because he has those managerial qualities to succeed, and we see in later life how he had been able to make 75-80,000 disciples of his own, and with his bod, material body condition also, I mean, how he's serving, so he's an inspiration. So yeah, but Prabhupada, he knew what responsibility, whom to give. Like he had given so many big responsibilities, so and that has flourished the movement. And the TOVP temple coming there also, Jayapataka Maharaj has such a big role playing, and everything settling nicely. When these disciples, so when we learn about their life and how they have helped the movement, so these are really inspirations for our generation and the generations to come. That's my realization, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So very nicely and elaborately described this letter. Thank you so much. Okay, any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add? Jai Mataji, you wanted to add anything?
Prabhuji and Mataji, what can we add? It was a master class. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us so much insight to the whole thing, the whole moment. I'm ever so grateful to you both. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hangma Mataji, you wanted to add anything, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I joined only at the end, Prabhuji, so I just got I just got to know the few gist, but the before ones, since I was not present, I'm not able to. I don't know what was there in the first bit, Prabhuji. I'm so sorry. I just joined, so.
Okay. That's all right, Mataji. Anything else you wanted to share, Mataji?
Prabhuji, yes, that's it, Prabhuji. But when I joined at the end as well, Mataji was describing, Mataji was explaining it very nicely, Sanchita Mataji, and I got and that is all right with me, Prabhuji, for now.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Anything else? Musha Mataji, Meena Mataji, you wanted to share anything?
No, Prabhuji, everything is explained so nicely. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you so much. So, yeah, when Sanchita Mataji knows everything in and out of all the movement, and many of the devotees, Srila Prabhupada's devotees, how it has evolved. Okay, so when we hear from such devotees, we understand more. Thank you so much, Sanchita Mataji. Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And coming to the announcements point of view, so today evening we have got Bhagavad Gita session at 7 p.m. Okay, that is our upcoming event. And dear devotees, if you have got anything to share, kindly share. Otherwise, we shall move to the next Srimad Bhagavatam recitation. Okay, so we shall move to the recitation part. So, third canto, chapter 5, and then shlokas. Okay, Vidra talks with Maitreya. Okay, starting from Usha Mataji. So, Mataji, if you are ready, Mataji, with invocation prayers, kindly start the recitation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Please, if you can put it in Devanagari text, Prabhu.
Yeah, agree, yes, yes.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Sorry, Prabhu, I'm interrupting before Mataji starts. I think when I was seeing the Sangha thing, Gaurangi Mataji and our Hangma Mataji, they have not selected. So if you allocate them, so in the meantime, they can also prepare because we don't see Vijay Krishna Prabhu or like some are not selected. So if you allocate them now, then maybe they can prepare and we can then start. The flow can be continuous. Sorry for interrupting, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Mataji. That is very nice. Okay, so Garangi Mataji recite on from 15th shloka to 22, and Hangma Mataji is going to recite from 31 to 37. Is that okay, Garangi Mataji and Hangma Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have to leave soon. So, can I do like 15 to 22? Is that possible?
You wanted
Because I
to?
have to go to work. 15 to 22. Sorry to disturb.
Okay,
Because I
Mataji.
know I have select end, but yeah.
Okay, you can do 15 to 22. Then Hangma Mataji will do 38 to 44. Yeah. Okay.
Prabhuji, does Gaurangi Mataji want to do my one because she would be better at it? So 8 to 14.
I can do 8 to 14, so I can,
Okay, Mini
So,
Mataji will do 8 to 14. And
yeah,
then,
I can do 8 to 14. Yeah, because
yeah,
nearly same that. Yeah.
okay, I'll call out the devotees. Okay, without any delay, can I request Usha Mataji to start?
Yes, Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Trisuka Uvacha. वारीदयुनाद्यर्षभः करुणां मेत्रेयमासीनमगाधभूतम् क्षतोपसृत्याचितभावसिद्धः प्रपच्च सौशील्यगुणाभिद्रोक्तः Sukdev Goswami said, Vidura, the best among the Kuru dynasty, who was perfect in devotional service to the Lord, thus reached the source of the celestial Ganga's river, Haridwar, where Maitreya, the great fathomless, learned a sage of the world, was seated. Vidura, who was perfect in gentleness and satisfied in transcendence, inquired from him. Vidura Uvacha सुखाय कर्माणि करोति लोको न ते हि सुखं वान्यदुपारं वा विन्देत भूय तत एव दुःखं यदा च युक्तं भगवान् वदेन्नः. Vidura said, O great sage, everyone in this world engages in fruitive activities to attain happiness, but one finds neither satisfaction nor the mitigation of distress. On the contrary, one is only aggravated by such activities. Please therefore give us direction on how one should live for real happiness. Janasya Krishna Vimukasya Devat Dharmashilashya Sudhukitasya Anugrahaye Vacharanti Nunam Bhutani Bhavyani Janardanasya. O my Lord, great philanthropic souls travel on the earth on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to show compassion to the fallen souls who are averse to the sense of subordination to the Lord. तत्साधुवर्यादिसवात्मसम्नः सम्रादितो भगवानेन पुंसां हृदि स्थितो याचति भक्तिपूते ज्ञानं सतत्त्वादिगमं पुराणम्. Therefore, O great sage, please give me instruction on the transcendental devotional service of the Lord, so that he who is situated in the great of everyone can be pleased to impart from within knowledge of the absolute truth in terms of the ancient Vedic principles delivered only to those who are purified by the process of devotional service. करोति कर्माणि कृतावतारो यान्यात्मनन्तो भगवान् श्रयति सः यथा ससस्राग्र इदं निरीहः संस्थाप्य वृत्तिं जगतो विद्यते. O great sage, kindly narrate how the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the independent, desireless Lord of the three worlds and the controller of all energies, accepts incarnations and creates the cosmic manifestation with perfectly arranged regulative principles for its maintenance. यथा पुनस्त्वेकैदं निवेश्य सैते गुहायां सन्निवृत्तवृत्तिः योगेश्वराधीश्वर एक एतद् अनुप्रविष्टो बहुधा यथा He lies down on his own heart spread in the form of the sky, and thus placing the whole creation in that space, he expands himself into many living entities which are manifested as different species of life. He does not have to endeavor for his maintenance because he is the master of all mystic powers and the proprietor of everything. Thus he is distinct from the living entities. प्रीडन्विद्यते द्विजगोऽसुराणां क्षेमाय कर्माण्यवतारभेदैः मनो न तृप्यत्ययि शृण्वतां नः सुश्लोकमूले स्वरितामृतानि You may narrate also about the auspicious characteristic of the Lord in his different incarnations for the welfare of the twice born, the cows and the demigods. Our minds are never satisfied completely, although we continuously hear of his transcendental activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Meena Mataji,
Hare Krishna.
8 to 14, please.
Yes, yes, त्वपेद अतिलोकनाथे लोकान् सह लोकपालान् अचि अचिक्लुप्रत्यक्त हि सर्वसत्त्व निकायभेदो अधिकृत प्रतीत. The Supreme King of all kings has created different planets and places of habitations where living entities are situated in terms of the modes of nature and work, and he has created the different kings. Sorry. And he has created the different kings and rulers. येन प्रजानामृत आत्मकर्म रूपाभिध्यानाय व्यदत्त नारायणो सुग्रात्मयोनि रेतश्च नो वर्णय विप्रवर्य. O chief amongst the Brahmanas, please also describe how Narayana, the creator of the universe and the self-sufficient Lord, has differently created the natures, activities, forms, features, and names of the different living creatures. परापरेषां भगवन्वृतानि श्रुतानि मे व्यासमुखादिभीक्ष्णम् अतृप्रमक्षूलसुखावहानां तेषामृते कृष्णकथा अमृतो दत्वात्. O my Lord, I have repeatedly heard about this higher and lower status of human society from the mouth of Vyasadeva, and I am satiated with all these lesser subjects matter and their happiness. They have not satisfied me with the nectar of topic about Krishna. वस्तु प्रियातीर्थपदो विधाना स्तत्रेषु वसुरभिर्यमानात् यः कर्णनादीन् पुरुषस्य यातो भवप्रदाङ्ग्रे हरतिं चिनन्ति. Who in human society can be satisfied without hearing sufficient talk of the Lord, whose lotus feet are whose lotus feet are the sum total of all places of pilgrimage, and who is worshipped by great sages and devotees? Such topic can cut off one's bondage to family affection simply by entering the hole of one's ears. मुनिविवक्षो भगवद्गुणानां सखापि ते भारतमहाः कृष्ण यस्मेरुणां गाम्य सुखानुवादे मर्ति गृहीतानुहरे कथायाम्. Your friend, the great sage Krishna Dwadvaya Krishna Dwadpaya Vyas has already described the transcendental quality of the Lord in his great work, the Mahabharata, but the whole idea is to draw the attention of the mass of people to Krishna Katha, Bhagavad Gita, through their strong affinity of hearing mundane topics. साधनस्य विवधर्ममाणा विरक्तिमन्यत्र करोति पुष हरेपदानुस्मृतिनिवृतस्य समस्तदुःखाप्ययमासुधाते. For one who is anxious to engage constantly in hearing such topic, Krishna Katha gradually increase his indifference towards all other things. Such constant remembrance of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna by the devotee who has achieved transcendental bliss vanished all his miseries without delay. ताचोष्यशोचान्नविदो न शोचे हरे कथाया विमुखा नदीन शृणोति देवो निमसन्तु एषा मार्युवृथा वादगति स्मृतीनाम्. O sage, persons who, because of their sinful activity, are averse to this topic of transcendental and thus ignorant of the purpose of the Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, are pitied by the pitiable. I also pity them because I see how their duration of life is spoiled by eternal time while they involve themselves in presentations of philosophical speculation, theoretical ultimate goals of life, and different modes of ritual. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Meena Mataji. Very nicely recited. Okay, we shall move on from 15 to 22. Jai Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. I'll have to ask for forgiveness right from the beginning for any mistakes I make because I'm not that confident, but I'll do try. Tadasya kausharva sharma datur hare katham eva katha susharam udhratya pushpebhya ivarta bandho shivaya nah kirtaya tirtha kirteha. O Maitreya, O friend of the distressed, the glories of the Supreme Lord can alone do good for people all over the world. Therefore, just as bees collect honey from flowers, kindly describe the essence of all topics, the topics of the Lord. Savishvajanma sthiti samyamarthe karta कृतावतारः प्रग्रहति शक्ति चकार कर्माण्य अतिपुरुषाणि यानीश्वरः कीर्तयतानि मह्यम्. Kindly chant all the superhuman transcendental activities of the Supreme Controller, the Personality of Godhead, who accepted incarnations fully equipped with all potency for the full manifestation and maintenance of the cosmic creation. Shri Shuka Uvacha Sa evam Bhagavan Prushtah Kshatra Kausharavo Munihi Pumsamni Shreya Sarthena Tam Aha Bahumanyana. Sukdev Goswami said, the great sage Maitreya Muni, after honoring Vidura very greatly, began to speak at Vidura's request for the greatest welfare of all people. Maitreya Uvacha Sadhu prashtam tvayo sadho lokan sadhva anugrahanata kirtim vitanvata loke atmano adhyakshaja atmanaha. Sri Maitreya said, O Vidura, all glory unto you. You have inquired from me of the greatest of all goodness, and thus you have shown your mercy both to the world and to me, because your mind is always absorbed in thoughts of the transcendence. Naitachitram tvayi kshatar badrayana viryaje Grihito nanya bhavena yat tvaya harir ishvaraha. O Vidura, it is not at all wonderful that you have so accepted the Lord without deviation of thought, for you were born from the semen of Vyasdeva. Mandavya Shapad Bhagwan Praja Samyamano Yamaha Bhratu Kshetre Bhujishyam Yam Jata Satyavati Sutat. I know that you are now Vidura due to the cursing of Mandavya Muni, and that formerly you were King Yamraj, the great controller of all living entities after their death. You were begotten by the son of Satyavati, Vyasdeva, in the kept wife of his brother. Bhavan Bhagavato Nityam Samataha Sanugasya Yasya Gyanopadeshaya Madi Shad Bhagavan Vrajan. Your good self is one of the eternal associates of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for whose sake the Lord, while going back to his abode, left instructions with me. Atte Bhagaval Leela Yoga Mayor Ubrimitaha Yoga Mayoru Brahmitaha Vishwastitya Udbhavantaraha. Sorry, Prabhuji, I'm making mistakes. Vishwastitya Udbhavantartha Varna Yamyanupurvashaha. I shall therefore describe to you the pastimes by which the personality of Godhead extends his transcendental potency for the creation, maintenance, and dissolution of the cosmic world as they occur one after another. Hare Krishna, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji, very beautifully reciting. We don't have Vijay Krishna Prabhuji yet, so we shall share the four shlokas Jayaved Mataji 23 to 26, 23, 24, 25, 26, and then Gaurangi Mataji would continue. So combining next shlokas with the Gaurangi Mataji. So Mataji, would you like to continue?
Continue, okay. Bhagwan eka asedam agra atmanam vibhuha atma atme chanugatav atma nana madhya Upalekshanaha, the personality of Godhead, the master of all living entities, existed prior to the creation as one without a second. It is by his will only that creation is made possible, and again everything merges in him. This supreme self is symptomized by different names. स वा एष तदा द्रष्टा नाप्ययदृश्यमेकराट मेने सन्तम् इवत्मानं सुप्तशक्तिरसुप्तदृक्. The Lord, the undisputed proprietor of everything, was the only seer. The cosmic manifestation was not present at that time, and thus he felt imperfect without his plenary and separated parts and parcels. The material energy was dormant, whereas the internal potency was manifested. Sava etasya samdrushtah shaktihi sadatmika maya nam mahabhaga yayedam nirmam me bhuvibhuha. The Lord is the seer, and the external energy which is seen works as both cause and effect in the cosmic manifestation. O greatly fortunate Vidura, this external energy is known as Maya or illusion, and through her agency only is the entire material manifestation made possible. Kalavritya tu mayayam gunamayam adhyokshajah purushenatma bhutena viryam adhata viryavan. The Supreme Living Being in his feature as the Transcendental Purusha incarnation, who is the Lord's plenary expansion, impregnates the material nature of the three modes, and thus by the influence of eternal time, the living entities appear. Is it till here? Yes?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Very beautifully recited, Mataji. Thank you so much. Gauringi Mataji, from 27 to 37, Mataji.
Okay, Babaji. Hare Krishna. ततो अभवन् महत्तत्तो मव्यक्तात् विज्ञान आत्मादेहस्थं विश्वं व्यञ्जस्तमनुदः thereafter influenced by the intercession of eternal time, the supreme sum total of matter, called the Mahatattva, become manifested. And in this Mahatattva, the unalloyed godness, the Supreme Lord, showed the seeds of universal manifestation out of his own body. सोऽप्यास गुणाकालात्मा भगवद्दृष्टिगोचरः आत्मानं व्यकरोदात्मा विश्वस्य शिश्रिच्छया. Thereafter, the Mahatattva differentiated itself into many different forms as the reservoir of the would-be entities. The Mahatattva is safely in the mode of ignorance, and it generated the false ego. It is a planetary expansion of the personality of Godhead with full consciousness of creative principles and time for fruition. महातत्त्वद्विकुर्वाणदहं तत्त्वं व्यजायत कार्यकारणकर्तात्म उतेन्द्रियमनोमयः वैकारिकस्तदसस्व तामसश्रेत्यहं त्रिधा. Translation. Mahat or the great causal truth transforms into false ego, which is manifested in three uh, phases: cause, effect, and the doer. All such activities are on the mental plan and are based on the material elements, gross senses, and mental speculation. The false ego is represented in their different moods: goodness, passion, and ignorance. अहं तत्तु द्विकुर्वाणो वैकारिकभूत वैकारिकस्य इतीव अर्थभिव्यञ्जनं यतः. The false ego is transformed into mind by interaction with the mode of godness. All the demigods who control the phenomenal world are also products of the same principle, namely the interaction of false ego and the mode of godness. तैज तैजसनेन्द्रियाणेव ज्ञानकर्मायनि च. The saints are certainly proudest of the mode of passion in the false ego, and therefore philosophical, speculative knowledge, and fruitive activities are predominantly products of the mode of passion. तामसो भूतसुष्मादिर्यतः लिङ्गमात्मनः. The sky is a product of sound, and the sound is the transformation of egoistic ignorance. In other words, the sky is the symbolic representation of the Supreme Soul. कालमयं स योगिन भगवद्गीतं नभः नभसोऽनुसृतं स्पर्श विकुर्वान्निर्मामे अनिलम्. Thereafter, the personality of Godhead glanced over the sky, partly mixed with eternal time and external energy, and thus developed the touch sensation from which the air in the sky was um, product. product. अनिलोऽपि विकुर्वाणो नभस्वरुबलवन्तितः ससर्जारूपं तन्नमात्रं ज्योतिर्लोके सलोचनम्. Thereafter, the extremely powerful air uh, inter- interacting with the sky generated the form of sense perception, and the perception of form transformed into electricity, the light to see the world. अनिलेनानुदितं ज्योतिर ज्योतिर्विकुर्वत परिचितम् आधात्तम्भोरसमयं कालमयं स योगतः. When electricity was searched in the air and was glanced over by the Supreme. At that time, by a mixture of eternal time and external energy, there occurred the creation of water and taste. ज्योतिषम्भो अनुसंशिष्टं विकुर्वद् ह्यभिचितं महिं गन्धगुणमादात् कालमयं स योगतः. Thereafter, the water product from electricity was glanced over by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and mixed with eternal time and external energy. Thus, it was transformed into the earth, which is qualified primarily by smell. भूतानं नव आदीनां यद्भावव्यवहारपरं तेषां परनुसंसर्गाद्यथा संख्यं गुणान् विदुः. O gentle one, of all the physical elements, beginning from the sky down to the earth. All the inferior and superior qualities are due only to the final touch of the glance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful, Mataji. Very nicely recited and read all the translations perfectly. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Sorry, Prabhuji, I couldn't read it properly. Sorry. You
Krishna.
says nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. Give me opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Okay. Next, Hangma Mataji from 38 to 44, please.
Hare Krishna. एते देवा काला विष्णु कालामायं सलिङ्गिनः नानात्वत्स्वक्रियंशिः प्रोचुप्रञ्जलयो विभुम्. The controlling deities of all the above-mentioned physical elements are empowered expansions of Lord Vishnu. They are embodied by eternal time under the external energy, and they are his parts and parcels. Because they were entrusted with different functions of universal duties and were able to perform them, they offered fascinating prayers to the Lord as follows. Deva uchuha namamati deva padaravindam parapanna tapo samata pratam yanmula kitayatayo jasuru samsara dukham bahir utsipanti. The demigod said, O Lord, your lotus feet are like an umbrella for the surrendered souls, protecting them from all the miseries of material existence. All the sages under that shelter throw off all material miseries. We therefore offer our respectful obeisances onto your lotus feet. धातर्याद् अस्मिन् भव ईस् ईसा जीवस् तापत्रयेणाभिहत न शर्म आत्मा लाभन्ते भगवंस्तवङ्घ्रि ध्यायं श विद्यम् अत आश्रयमाम्. O Father, O Lord, O Personality of Godhead, the living entities in the material world can never have any happiness because they are overwhelmed by the three kinds of miseries. Therefore, they take shelter of the shade of your lotus feet, which are full of knowledge, and we also thus take shelter of them. Marganti yatti मुखपद्मानिदैः छन्दांसुपर्णैः रसो विविक्ते यस्यघामर्षोदसरिद्वर्यः पादं पादं तीर्थपदः प्रपन्ना. The lotus feet of the Lord are by themselves the shelter of all places of pilgrimage. The great clear minded sages, carried by the wings of the Vedas, always search after the nest of your lotus like face. Some of them surrender to your lotus feet at every step by taking shelter of the best rivers, the Ganges, which can deliver one from all sinful reactions. Yach यश्चान्द्रया श्रुतवत्या च भक्त्या सम्मिर्ज्यमाने हृदयवधया ज्ञानेन वैराग्या बालेन धीरा व्रजेमा तत्ते गिरिसरोजपीठम्. Simply by hearing your lotus feet with eagerness and devotion, and by meditating upon them within the heart, one at once becomes enlightened with knowledge and on the strength of detachment, and one becomes pacified. We must therefore take shelter of the sanctuary of your lotus feet. विवस्य जन्मस्थिति सं संयमते कृतावतारस्य पदं भुजं ते व्रजेम सर्वे शरणं यद् ईशा स्मृतं पर्याचति अभयं स्वपुंसम्. O Lord, you assume incarnations for the creation, maintenance, and dissolution of the cosmic manifestation, and therefore we all take your shelter of your lotus feet because they always award remembrance and courage to your devotees. यत्सानुबन्धे सति देहागेहे मामाहम् इति उधा दुराग्रहणं पुंसं सुदूरं वसतोऽपि पुर्यं भजेमा तत्ते भगवान् पदंजम्. O Lord, persons who are entangled by desirable eagerness for the temporary body and kinsmen, and who are bound by thoughts of mine and I, are unable to see your lotus feet, although your lotus feet are situated within their own bodies. But let us take shelter of your lotus feet. Hare Krishna. Srila
Yeah,
Prabhupada ki jai.
yeah, very beautiful, Mataji. Very nicely recited. Thank you.
Sorry, Prabhuji, I made a mistake in the pronunciation, but thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji, for the opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, we shall move on. Sanchita Mataji for the rest of the shlokas, please.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Tan vaihi asad vrittivir akshibhir ye parahrityanta manaspareshah atho na pashyanti urugayanunam ye te padanyasa vilasa lakshyah O great Supreme Lord, offensive persons whose internal vision has been too affected by external materialistic activities cannot see your lotus feet, but they are seen by your pure devotees, whose one and only aim is to transcendently enjoy your activities. Panena te deva katha sudhayaha प्रवृद्ध भक्त्या विशदास्याये वैराग्यसारं प्रतिलब्धबोधं यथा जन यथा यथा यथाञ्जन यथाञ्जसन्वियुरकुण्ठधिष्ण्यम्. O Lord, persons who, because of their serious attitude, attain the stage of enlightened devotional service, achieve the complete meaning of renunciation and knowledge, and attain the Vaikuntha Loka in the spiritual sky simply by drinking the nectar of your topics. Tatha pare chatma samadhi yoga balena jitva prakritim balishtham त्वम् एव धीरः पुरुषं विशन्ति तेषां स्मरः स्यान्नातु सेवया ते. Others who are pacified by means of transcendental self-realization and have conquered over the modes of nature by dint of strong power and knowledge also enter into you. But for them there is much pain, whereas the devotees simply discharge devotional service and thus feels no pain. Tatte vayam loka sri shikshayatya त्वयानुसृष्टास् स्त्रीभिरात्मभिः स्म सर्ववियुक्तः स्वविराह तन्त्रं न शक्नुमस्तत् प्रतिहर्तवेते. O original person, we are therefore but yours only. Although we are your creatures, we are born one after another under the influence of the three modes of nature. But for this reason, we are separated in action. Therefore, after the creation, we could not act concertedly for your transcendental pleasure. यवाद् बलिं तेजा रामकाले यथा वयं चन्नम् अदाम यत्र यथोभयेषां त इमे हि लोका बलिं हरन्तो अन्नम् अदन्ति अनुहाः. O unborn one, please enlighten us regarding the ways and means by which we can offer you all enjoyable grains and commodities, so that both we and all other living entities in this world can maintain ourselves without disturbance and can easily accumulate the necessities of life both for you and for ourselves. Tvam na suranamasi sanvayanam कुटस्थ अदय पुरुष पुराणः त्वं देव शक्त्यं गुणकर्मयोनौ एतस्त्व अजायां कविम् अदादहेज. You are the original personal founder of all the demigods and the orders of the different gradations, yet you are the oldest and are unchanged. O Lord, you have no source or superior. You have impregnated the material you have impregnated the external energy with the semen of the total living entities, yet you are unborn. Tato vayam mat pramukha yad arthe babhuvi matman karvam kim te tvam na swachakshuhu paridehi shaktya deva kriyarthe yad anugrahanam. O Supreme Self, please give me, who are created in the beginning from the Mahat Tattva, the total cosmic energy, your kind direction on how we shall act. Kindly award us your perfect knowledge and the potency so that we can render you service in the different departments of subsequent creation. Please forgive me, Prabhu, for the mistakes. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful, Mataji. Very nicely recited. Thank you so much. Can I request Jaiva Mataji to recite this particular shloka, Mataji?
तद्वाग्विसर्गो जन्ताघ विप्लवो यस्मिन् प्रतिश्लोकं बुद्ध अबुद्धवत्यपि नामान्य अनन्तस्य यशो अंकितानि यत् शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति गृह्णन्ति साधवः. On the other hand, that literature which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, pastimes, etc., of the unlimited Supreme Lord is a different creation, full of transcendental words directed towards bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of this world's misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So what it means is even if pronounced incorrectly or incorrectly heard, sung, and but still they'll be accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. तद्भाग विसर्गो जनताग विप्लवो यस्मिन् प्रतिश्लोकम् अबद्धवत्यपि नामान्यनन्तस्य यशोङ्कितानि यत् शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति गृह्णन्ति साधवः. So even though it is mistakes, so it is all transcendental. Okay, thank you so much, dear devotees. You have recited very beautifully the 5th chapter, Talks Between Vidura and Maitreya. So with that one, Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 5 is completed. Okay, so thank you so much. Okay, coming back to, so we are 13 minutes past 8 o'clock. Let's not start a new topic. I think it is meant for the Sri Brahma Samhita. In the Sri Brahma Samhita, we have been discussing the shloka, the 4th shloka, that is, but we still just only reflect. I think 4th shloka, Tad Kinjalkam Tadam Shanam Tat Patrani Shriyamapi. I also request just only the recitation of these shlokas, so let us not discuss. But Sri Brahma Samhita, I request 3rd and 4th shlokas, and 5th shloka is a big one. So this one, 3rd and 4th shlokas, I request you to all to recite, all devotees. I will take that translation out. 3 and 4. Okay, so Sri Brahma Samhita. So just to revise so that the devotees remember those words in the Sri Brahma Samhita. These are a little bit of new words from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. So this is about Goloka description. Okay, I request devotees take a turn and to recite this 3rd and 4th. Usha Mataji, would you like to start, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Would you like to recite this Brahma Samhita shlokas 3rd and 4th?
I'll try, Prabhu. Yeah. Karnikaram Mahadyantram Isatko Kaunam Vajrakilakam Asad Amsa Satpati Sittam Thanam Prakritya Purushena Cha Premananda Mahananda Rashena Advisitam Hiyat Jyotirupena Manunat Kamabijena Sangatam Tat Kinjalakam तत्किञ्जलकं तद् अंसानां तत्पत्रयन्ति श्रियम् अपि.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely recited. Very nice. Okay, next, can I request Sanchita Mataji, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I'll try. Text 3. Karnikaram mahadyantram tatkonam vajrakilakam षड् अंग षट्पदी स्थानं प्रकट्य पुरुषेण च प्रेमानंद महानंद रजसे रा- रज न- रसेन वस्थितं हि यत् ज्योतिरूपेण मनुना कामबीजेन संगठम्. Text 4. तत्किञ्जल्कं तद् अंशानां तत्पत्राणि श्रियमपि.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Next, Jayvet Mataji, please.
कर्णिकारं महद्यन्त्रं षट्कोणं वज्रकीलकं षड् स्थानं प्रकृत्या पुरुषेण च प्रेमानन्दमहानन्द रसेनावस्थितं हि यत् ज्योतिरूपेण मानुना कामबीजेन सङ्गतम्. तत्किञ्जल्कं तद् अंशानं तत्पत्राणि श्रियम् अपि. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Hangma Mataji, please.
कर्णिकरं महद्यन्त्रं षट्कोणं वज्रकिलाकं सदङ्गसत्पदि स्थानं प्रकृत्य पुरुषेण च प्रेमानन्दमहानन्द रसेनावस्थितं हि यत् ज्योतिरूपेण मनुना कामाबीजेन सङ्गतम्. तत्किञ्जल्कं तद् अंशनं तत्पत्राणि श्रियम् अपि. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Very nice, Mataji. So beautifully recited. Garinge Mataji, would you like to recite Mataji, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Karnikaram mahad कर्णिकरं महद्यन्त्रं सत्कोणं वज्रकालकं सदनङ्गसत्पादि सत्तन्तं प्रकृत्य पर्शन च प्रेमानन्द महानन्द रसेन भास्तं हि यत् ज्योतिरूपेण महामत् कामभजेन सन्तगतम्. Prabhuji cannot recite properly. Hare Krishna.
One more.
Prabhuji, that one again.
This fourth one, Mataji.
Okay. तत्किञ्जल्कं तद् अर्सनं तत्परान् श्रियम् अपि.
Very
Cannot
nice.
properly, Prabhuji, sorry.
Very nicely recited. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pallab Prabhu wanted to give it a try. He was listening us, so
Very
he
good,
wants to try.
Mataji. Yes, please. Yes, Prabhuji.
कर्णिकारं महद्यन्त्रं सत्कोणं वज्रकीलकं सदङ्गसत्पदि स्थानं प्रकृतापुरुषेण च प्रेमानन्दा महानन्द रासेनवस्थितं हि यत् ज्योतिरूपेण मानुना कामबीजेन सङ्गतम्. Next 4. तत्किञ्जल्कं तद् अंसानं Tatprattani Sriyamapi.
Very
Hare
nice.
Krishna.
Prabhuji, would you like to read the translations as well, Prabhuji, for 3 and 4?
Yes, Prabhu.
Let me see. Just a second, Prabhu. I'll make the font a bit bigger. He can't see. So,
Hare Krishna. The whole of the transcendental lotus is the realm wherein dwells Krishna. It is hexagonal figure, the adobe of the indwelling, predominated and predominating aspect of the Absolute. Like a diamond, the central supporting figure of self-luminous Krishna stands as the transcendental source of all potencies. The holy name, consisting of 18 transcendental letters, is manifested in a hexagonal figure with sixfold divisions. And text 4 translation. The whole of that eternal realm, Gokula, is the hexagonal abode of Krishna. Its petals are the abodes of gopis, who are part and parcel of Krishna, to whom they are most lovingly devoted and are similar in essence. The petals shine beautifully, like so many worlds. The extended leaves of that lotus are the garden-like Dhamma, that is spiritual abode of Sri Radhika, the most beloved of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Well,
Hare
so this is the Goloka Vrindavana we have gone through in the last sessions, which is the this is Karnikaram Mahajantram Shatkornam Vajrakelakam. It is describing the whole. Karnikaram is the whole of the lotus. And Karnikaram Mahajantram Shatkornam Vajrakelakam. If a little bit zoom into it, then okay, so in between the whorl of the lotus, so we see there is Shatkornam Vajrakelakam. And if we look, but if you take if anyone has observed the real lotus flower, they might have seen some kind of symbols as well. But okay, Shatkornam Vajrakelakam. And then Shadanga Shatpadi Sthanam Prakritya Purushena cha. Shadanga Shatpadi Sthanam Prakritya Purushena cha. And here the Prakriti and Purusha are inside middle of that. And then it is Premananda Mahananda Rasena Avhitam Hiyat. They are engaged in the Premananda, in the loving affairs. Mahananda, which is the topmost. Rasena, it is the mellows. Avsitam Hiyat. Jyoti Rupena Manuna Kama Bijena Sangatam. Jyoti Rupena is the Jyoti is the effulgence, and Jyoti Rupena Manuna in the form of the Lord Krishna, and Manu Manuna. So Manuna is the, I think it is the mantra. Jyotirup in transcendental, Manuna is the with the mantra. Kama Bijena Sangatam. I think there is synonyms are missing for that. Kama Bijena is the clean, is the called a Bija mantra. And here the Kleem is the Bija mantra. Kleem Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Kleem Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Jana Vallabhaya Swaha. This is the mantra. And within which is the 6 angles within the wall that we have seen. And then further, that description is given here in this purport, how it is the function of that word. And then the tat kinjalkam tadam shanam tat patra nishriyamapi. This is kinjalkam is the petals, and tadam shanam tat patrani. Patrani is the leaves. And then Tadamshanam, Amshas are the gopis. So they are in the petals, and the Patran in the leaves, they are all like a Shriyamapi. Shriyam is the gopis headed by Radharani, Srimati Radharani. So in this one, so the last layer of these petals, they are leaves, they are different. In the all these middle ones are the four, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, around 6 of layers of this are pinkish color, and at the end they are different, they are like leaves, they are dhammas. These are all supports of the gopis. Okay, so that one we have discussed. And then in the last session, we were trying to enter into this fifth shloka, which is the longest one. This is how the construction of the Chaturdhama, this Chaturastram Tatparitaha Shveta Dvipakyam Adbhutam, Chaturastram Chaturmurte, Chaturdhama Chatushkritam, Chaturbih Pushadhaisha, Chaturbir Heturbhritam, स्थूलैः दशभिः आनद्ध मोद्वो अदोदिग्विदिक्ष्वपि अष्टभिः निधिभिः जुष्टम् अष्टभिः सिद्धिभिः तदा मनरूपैश्च दशदिक्पालैः दशभिः दिक्पालैः परितोरितम् श्यामैर्गौरश्च रक्तैश्च शूलैश्च पाशदर्शभैः शोभितं शक्तिभिः ताभिः अद्भुताभिः समन्ततः. So there is, it is describing about the four dhamas. This is starting from Chaturastram Tatparitaha. It is in the quadrangle. Chaturastram Tatparitaha. Shweta Dvipakyam Adbhutam. The Shweta Dvipa, which is the white part, which is the Shweta Dvipa. Around this lotus, there is a Shweta Dvipa. So this Shweta Dvipa is different than the Shweta Dvipa is in the where Mahavishnu likes Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu, that Kshira ocean, it is also white. But that ocean is different, but this Shweta Dvipa is different. This is the Golok Vrindavana. Shweta Dvipakyam Adbhutam. Chaturastram Chaturmurte. So it contains the Chaturastram in the quadrangles. There are four sides of this Shweta there are four abodes. One is the Vasudeva, Sankashana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. So this is Vasudeva, and bottom is the Sankashana, and here on the left side Pradyumna, and the top is the Aniruddha. So their abodes are there. They are the first quadruple expansion of Krishna. That is Vasudeva, Sankashana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. Chaturasram Chaturmurtehe. This is Chaturmurtehe. Chaturdhama Chatushkritam. Again, that is four Dhamas and four Lords, Chaturmurti, Chatushkritam, and Chaturbihi Purushadhesha. So this one also, Dharma, Kama, Moksha. That one also we have discussed that part. And Chaturbihi Purushadhesha, Chaturbihi Hetur Vivrutam, and then Stolaihi Dasibihi Anadha. So there are 10 solas are in the all eight directions, and top, that is Zenith and Nadi, totally 10 solas. They are in the form of the mantras. Sulaihi Dasibhi Anadha Vodvad Ado Dig Vidikshvapi Ashtabihi Nidibihi Justam. Nidibihi is the jewels. There are different jewels at the 8 corners. At 4 corners, there are 2 jewels at each. This is Ashtabihi. There are 8 of them. Nidibihi jewels. And here 2, and then the top also 2. At every corner, 2 jewels are mentioned. Okay, that is the construction of this Goloka. Ashtabihi, Nidibihi Justam, Ashtabihi Siddhibihi Tada, and also Siddhis also. Siddhis are also there. Siddhis, and then Manurupaisha Dasidik Palaihi. And in all these directions, Manurupaisha. So these mantras, all the Dasidik Palaihi. In all 10 directions, these mantras also got the Manurupaisha. Manurupaisha is in the kind of, in the form of the, okay, so Manu means here in the form of the mantras. In the form of the mantras, Dasibihi Dikpalaihi, the Dikpalas are in the form of the mantras. Paritovrutam, they are surrounding around the Golok Vrindavan. Shamair Gaurasha Raktaisha Suklesha Pasha Darshabaihi. And those mantras, they are in what color? It is Shamaihi Gauraihi. Shama color, Gaura color, Rakta color, Sukla color, like that. Pasha Darshabaihi. Then Pasha Darshabaihi is the associates, with the topmost associates. And then Shobitum Sektibihi Tabihi. Shobitam, it is all beautiful. Shobitam, shining. Sektibihi with potencies, and Tabihi, those. And Adbhutabihi Samantataha, it is extraordinary on all sides. Just to give 1 second to reflect on that translation. Hangma Mataji, would you like to read that translation, Mataji?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. The surrounding external plane of Gokula is described in this verse. There is a mysterious quadrangular place named Sweta surrounding the outskirts of Gokula. Sweta is divided into 4 parts on all sides. The abode of Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha are separately located in each of these 4 parts. These 4 divided abodes are enveloped by the fourfold human requirements such as piety, wealth, passion, and liberation, as also by the 4 Vedas. Those are Rig, Sama, Yajur, and Atharva, which deal with the mantra and which are basis of achievement of the fourfold mundane requirements. 10 tridents are fixed in the 10 directions, including the zenith and nadir. The 8 directions are decorated with 8 jewels of Mahapadma, Padma, Shankha, Makara, Kachapa, Mukunda, Kunda, and Nila. There are 10 protectors, Dikpalas, of the 10 directions in the form of mantra. The associates of the hues of blue, yellow, red, and white, and the extraordinary potencies bearing the name of Vimala, etc., shine on all sides. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So that is the description of the quadrangles. So, but proper, and here in the purport it is described. I think these purports are given by, I think, Jiva Goswami and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami from their Bhashya. So I think that is. But we are due to 8:30, so let us not go deep into this one, but just only read it, or if devotees wanted to have a discussions before we go into purport, kindly have a discussion, questions and answers. If I just start it and then it would not end on time. So I request devotees ask questions, or you wanted to share anything, kindly do so. Hare Krishna. If no questions, then we shall simply read the first paragraph of first paragraph of the purport. Okay, maybe you can take chances, devotees. Just Jayaved Mataji, would you like to read this first paragraph up to that point, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, yes, yeah. Purport, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Primarily, Gokula is the seat of transcendental love and devotion. Hence, Yamuna, Sri Govardhan, Sri Radhakund, etc. of the terrestrial Vrajmandal lie within Gokul. Again, all the majesties of Vaikuntha are manifested there, extending in all directions. The pastimes of the 4 propagating manifestations are all there in their proper places. The Paravyoma Vaikuntha has got its extension from the display of the 4 propagating manifestations. Salvation as of Vaikuntha and piety, wealth, and passion pertaining to worldly people are in the proper places in Gokul as their original seed, i.e., primary cause. The Vedas also are engaged in singing the song of the Lord of Gokul. There are 10 tridents in 10 directions to prevent and disappoint those who are aspirants for having an entrance into Goloka through meditations without the grace of Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhuji, did you say these purports are not written by Prabhupada, but by Bhakti Siddhanta Swami and Jiva Goswami?
Yes, Mataji.
Oh, okay, sorry. So glories to them. Sorry about that.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, we shall go on. Can I request Pallab Prabhuji, would you like to read the next little chunk of it?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Self-conceited people who try to reach this region through the paths of yoga, meditation, jnana, empiric knowledge, are baffled in their attempts, being pierced by the 10 tridents. Self-annihilation has its excellence in Brahmadhama, which represents the outside covering of Goloka in the shape of tridents. Sula means a trident. The mundane threefold attributes and the threefold divisions of time represent the trident. Ashtanga yogis, that is, ascetics who practice the eightfold yoga, are the non-differentiative liberationists who, trying to approach in the direction of Goloka, fall headlong into the pits of disappointment by being pierced and cut asunder by these tridents placed in 10 directions.
Thank you.
Those who, oh sorry, Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Can I request Sanchita Mataji to read from next chunk of up to here, please?
Thank you, Prabhu. Those who proceed towards the direction of Golok through the channel of devotion alloyed with majestic ideas are fascinated by the charms of Vaikuntha, which are the outer covering plane of Sri Goloka. At the sight of the eight perfections, vis-a-vis Anima, etc., and the majesticities of Mahapadma, etc., those who are less forward in their intelligence relapse to the sevenfold world, falling under the control of the 10 protector of the 10 directions in the guise of mantras. In this wise, Golok has become unknowable and inaccessible. It is only the divine self of Godhead, the preponderance of the divine dispensations for the different ages, who are always forward here to favor the approaching devotees to seek entry into the realm of Golok through the channel of pure devotion and service. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, can I request next chunk of this paragraph? By Hangma Mataji, please.
These divine form of Godhead are surrounded there with attendant of their respective natures. Swetadeepa in Goloka is their place of abode, hence Srila Thakura Vrindavana, the manifest Vyasa of Chaitanya Leela, has described the village of Navadipa as bearing the name of Swetadeepa. In this Swetadeepa, the concluding portions of the pastimes of Gokula exist eternally as the pastimes of Navadipa. Hence, the region of Navadipa, Vraja, and realm of Goloka are one and the same indivisible entity. The difference only lies in manifestations of the infinite variety of sentiments corresponding to the diverse nature of their devotional love. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Can I request next Usha Mataji to read next chunk of it, I think up to here. Yes, please.
Mm. Hare Krishna. Prabhu. There is in this a most hidden principle which only the greatest souls who are possessed of the highest transcendental love are enabled to realize by the direct grace of Krishna. The truth is as follows: in this mundane world, there are forgotten spheres disposed in the graded order of high and low, where persons living with wives and children, hankering for the pleasure-giving effect of their fruitive actions, move up and down within the limit of the three words of Bhuvana and Pur, Bhuvaha and Swaha. Brahma, brahmacharis of great austerities, ascetics, and person addicted to hypothetical, hypothetical, hypothetical truth. Person of a neutral disposition, adopting non-fruitive works by an uh, aptitude which seeks to be free from all mundane desire, move up and down within the limits of the words of Maha, Janaha, Tapaha, and Satya. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Garingi Mataji, would you like to read the rest of this paragraph, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Above, from above, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Above these words lies the abode of four-headed Brahma, above which lies the unlimited realm of Vaikuntha of Vishnu, uh, Karodasai, laying in the ocean of milk. Uh, Parama, Paramahamsa, Sannyasas, and the demons killed by Sri Hari by crossing the Braja, uh, i.e., by passing beyond the 14 worlds, entered into the luminous realm of Brahman and attained to nirvana in the form of temporary abeyance of the temporal ego. But the deputy acted by knowledge uh, in a in bhakta, and the devotees acted by the pure devotional uh, aptitude, attitude, Suddha Bhakta, the devotees immoved with loving devotion, Prema Bhakta, the devotee agitated by pure love, Prema Parampara Bhakta, and the devotee uh, impelled by overwhelming love, par, Prematura Bhakta, who serve the majesty of Godhead, have their location in Vaikuntha, IC, and IE and uh, transcendental realm of Sri Narayana. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Great. Thank you so much, Mataji. This is all devotees shared only one paragraph. So especially this particular point, it is attracting Jnana Bhakta, Shuddha Bhakta, Prema Bhakta, Prema, Prema Para Bhakta, and Prematura Bhakta. So I think this topic was discussed by when Prabhuji came from Nepal and Mataji and Prabhuji in the Bhaktivedanta, they have been describing on the board what is Jnana Bhakta, Shuddha Bhakta, and then Prema Bhakta, Prema Para Bhakta, Prematura Bhakta. These five topics. Just attracting, so just remembering those conversations. So they might have got from here possibly. Okay, so this is how it is not possible for any other people to enter yogis and siddhis to enter into the Goloka unless they are receiving the mercy of Krishna, grace of Krishna. This is Achyuta Priya Bandhavaha. Yanti Anjasa Achyuta Padam. Achyuta Priya Bandhavaha. Only for Shuddhaha, Samadrushaha. So they so they will only enter into Sarvabhutanu Ranjanaha. So those devotees, Yant Anjasa Achyuta Padam, Achyuta Priya Bandhava, who are loving relationship with Krishna, they only can enter into Goloka Vrindavan. That is the main point here. There are many other yogis, and even if they wanted to try there, they cannot go. So that solas, thresholds, they just disappoint them. So because they do not allow them to enter into that. Okay, that is what we do not enter deep into this purport yet. But I request dear devotees, if you have got any questions or you wanted to share anything, just to reflect, but we will discuss in the next Saturday. Anything you wanted to ask or share? Anchita Mataji, you wanted to share anything, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Did you say, tell me?
Yes, Mataji, you wanted to share anything, Mataji, and these questions I'm going to share.
Not really, Prabhu. In the middle of learning, so what I feel so grateful to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he found this chapter, Brahma Samitra, the entire Brahma. I mean, just in this small booklet, there is so much to learn about the Golok Vrindavan. We are not able to, it will take a while, and with time and patience, we'll be able to visualize the picture. Of course, as some devotee has nicely made the pictures of which Golok chart which you show, so which for us is easy to understand, but for devotees to understand and manifest the entire thing, and like how Krishna has kept it so simple that just by chanting the holy name, having devotional love, you can enter there. But all the yogis and siddhis and whatever other things that people do, like the dikpalas and the trishul, how they are protectors and they do not let entry to that, and even crossing the Viraja river. One day you were telling about that also. So all these things, uh, it's so nothing much to reflect over. It's trying to comprehend. So one day maybe going. Then thank you. I always say thank you so much for. Of course, we are doing a Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and everything, but sequentially one after another. Brahma's prayers, the four Kumaras' prayer, and then to the Brahma Samhita to understand the Golok. You have introduced this, and we are so thankful that we are learning patiently and trying to comprehend the whole thing. And the picture of Golok chart is ever so helpful. So, thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hello, Prabhuji, you wanted to share anything, Prabhuji, from this?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, I think Sanchita Mataji very clearly mentioned we are still learning a lot. But I would like to thank you, Prabhu, for bringing this chapter. So this is a very concise and very deep view. So glories to
Srila Jiva Goswami.
Sri Jiva Goswami. Obviously, mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there. So Srila Jiva Goswami, and also glories to Srila Prabhupada, from bringing this nectar to all of us. And I'm trying to understand, with your picture. I need to take a printout of your Goloka picture, Prabhu. I just was discussing with Sanchita Mataji earlier, so that we can make things really clear and discuss amongst ourselves with children as well.
Yes.
But it is, yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
This one, I think is
Yeah, Prabhu. This one. Yeah,
in the temple, they would sell this one maybe around 20 pounds, the big one. It goes like around 6 feet height and 3 feet, 3.5 feet width. You might have seen in the temples. So if you have got this picture, actual print, the original print, and then you can just stick it to walls. Then gradually, when you are seeing it, then you will be familiar with what is what.
family, yeah.
So
We have not seen in the manner, Prabhu.
Yeah, maybe you need to inquire. Yeah,
Maybe
not
ask, because such a big thing, you're saying 6 feet. So
yeah, it could be because this is a big picture. I mean, they might be keeping it, separately.
few copies.
Yeah. But Prabhu, I'd like to take part in the discussions of this picture. We have briefly mentioned. I think you did a detailed sessions. We already delivered something, so I missed that earlier sessions. So I'd like to understand a little bit more on this picture sometime later.
Recordings are there. So you can ask.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yeah.
there is again, there are three or four videos given by Gokul Chandra Prabhu in the original seminar when he was describing about the universe. What is Vaikuntha? What is Devi Dhama, Mahesh Dhama, Haridhama? And but he did around 4 hours or something like 4 or 5 hours of that one as a total. That one also helpful, but here we are going in detail and each and every shloka and the purport and reflecting and trying to match to this picture as well.
Yes, Prabhu, yes. So, Prabhu, that video that you're talking about, Balchandra Prabhu, would you mind just sending me the link if you have handy? I'll search in between, I might get it. But just in case, yeah. If you can send the link to Sanchita Mataji also, that should be okay.
In the group, and
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. Sure. That one, that picture. So do you see, Prabhuji, the goal of the picture? How big is this one? Just
Wow, Hari Bol, look at that.
A very big picture. Oh.
So you have got to put it in the whole wall. So very nice. Oh, look, Prabhu is Hari Bol.
Yes, Prabhu.
It's here and it's in his laptop and he's showing it. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Wow. Thank you for having darshan of your room, Prabhu. Very auspicious place, and that's why Lord has given you so much knowledge and intelligence to keep all the shlokas in mind.
not Mataji, so it's.
And then thinking, oh, look,
Tulsi Mataji, wow. Prabhu, your Tulsi Mataji grown really, really nicely. Very nice.
It's all Tulsi Maharani.
And
Mercy.
deities, what are the deities, Prabhu? You got Radha Krishna. Oh, you have got deities as well now?
Radha
Hari and Gaurnitai.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you get it this time, Prabhu, from India?
We got, I think, last year, Mataji. I think Radha Govinda we got, yes. I don't remember exactly. I think Gaurinitai before that period and Radha Govinda last year, I think, approximate.
Nicely, have a look. Very nice.
Very nice, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you for the darshan.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And Mataji.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah, devotees are leaving. Of course, we have to leave as well. But all glories to your amazing service. And if we all can say three loud Hari words to Prabhu.
Hari bol,
Bol,
Hari bol,
Hari,
Bol,
Hari.
Bol.
It's all your grace. So I'm trying to learn things. Only it can be possible only in the devotees association, not even by individual also. So this picture, I think if anyone wanted that picture, maybe I can ask the Prabhuji so that he will make that available in the Bhaktivedanta manner. You can collect when you wanted to collect.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anyone else wanted that picture? Garangi Mataji, Hangma Mataji, do you like that picture? You wanted to have that picture in your phone?
This Golaka chart, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. How can I collect, Prabhuji?
Maybe I will request Prabhuji to keep it readily available in the Bhaktivedanta Mana temple so that whenever you get a chance, you can collect those.
Okay. Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you for darshan, Prabhuji. Your date is.
Thank you, Hangma Mataji. So,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, if it is in the manner, we will go and have a look as well to have proper look at into the sizes as well, Prabhuji. And thank you so much for giving us the information about it. And thank you, the darshan you gave. It was so beautiful with all deities and Tulsi Maharani and everything. Thank you, Prabhuji, for giving us opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so we are nearly 9 o'clock, and dear devotees, if you are all happy, then we will conclude for today and then continue next Saturday.
Prabhu, what was the name of the devotee which said we made the 4 hours video? Gopal Chandra or Gopi Chandra?
Gokula Chandra. So
Gokula Chandra. Okay.
just show that one as well.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
I think previously I have shared those videos about Golaka chat. If you just type that one, Golaka chat, there we would see the 4 videos by Gokula Chandra Prabhu. Okay, here it is. Golaka chat seminar part 1. Okay, so this is he is the Gokul Chandra. He's a disciple of Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. He gives this seminar. And it was the first time 9 years ago in 2015. He gave that seminar in the Mayapur temple. So this is part 1. Likewise, there is a part 2. So just click this one.
Yes, Prabhu, we'll find out. Thank you for sharing the link. We'll find out.
See, there is a part 2 as well, and then part 3 and part 4 as well. So you can easily find out, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, felt happy, then we shall conclude and continue it further if any devotees are still demands. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत
And
कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय।
Jai.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
consciously.